Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the White's Building Click Secretariat, is planner to keep the authority on to one U.S. print outlet opening. Ms. Sanders answered to the history in a declaration on public print proverb she knew anything on the history, but did not reject its precision. It all seemed really Trumpian. Yet she does not say how the paper is inexact. She fair says she did not say to the interviewer up the chunk was published. As David K. Johnston, writer of The Manufacturing of Donald Trump card, says, she is with a communication policy how her lug, the CEO, frequently relies on. Her negation is, I don't aware whatever on the. She doesn't tell, I'm not outgoing, Johnston explains. He's which we urge a non-denial negation. While I emailed Ms. Sanders on the CBS history request for her response to the chunk, she called me to her chirp. CEO Trump card and his aides can complain how and paper is not real, description it as counterfeit news story, and after if the paper turns out to be exact they can calculate on the reality how largest human beings include already neglected on which they told over. In the way the CEO and his aides turbid the water supply, says Mr. Johnston. Subsequently their supporters will protect them, and will as well whip out at the print. If Sarah Sanders does end up outgoing the authority, although, it will be a losing for the CEO. By almost all accounts, she is nice at her work. David Litt, a ex-Obama authority formal and writer of the reminiscence Thanks to Obama, My Hope, Changey White's Building Year, says she seems especially so suited for her part in the Trump card White's Building. All authority officials, independently of that policy side they own to, rotation, they marshal facts to supporting and reason. Yet Mr. Litt says how such who job in the Trump card White's Building include undertaken the art of rotation to a new standard, they rest direct. However, he says, Ms. Sanders seems convenient in her job for the authority, description her as who believes facts should be completely in facility of philosophy. Ms. Sanders says she is not a deceiver. She obviously loves her job, and lot human beings would be sad to see her go. I believe she's got a cute nice feeling of humor, says Victoria Snitzer, the country chairman for School Republicans of Kansas, who describes her as a part pattern. Or she doesn't behind downward of hard questions. Sarah Sanders has a hard job, and a needing lug. As the Click Secretariat, she is accountable for supplying the CEO's messages. Yet he likes to knob his own communication policy and does not definitely speak her in advance while he is hard to get a communication out to the social. She gets disappointed while he negotiations to journalists, and not her, on his plans. As one White's Building formal tells me, occasionally she will cast up her weapon in surprise party while she hears on which the CEO has told or made. She gets disappointed in reporters, too much, but how is regular for a Click Secretariat. And time she is famous amongst some White's Building staffers and Conservative Party, she is frequently attacked by liberals on public print and has a top section how makes her sensitive. I heard of a White's Building formal how she cannot go trading out of creature recognized and how she has acquired threats. Her associate worry about on her, so how they include speak in an unofficial way in the U.S. open secret facility on receive a safety part for her. A representative for the open secret facility did not get behind to me while I requested for a commentary, but two ex-agents speak me they include never heard of a safety part for a Click Secretariat. Yet, they tell, it is probable to organize it. One of them says he thinks it is guaranteed in her instance. Ms. Sanders would surely include an facilitating period if she were not work for the White's Building, and everyday lifetime would be less than tense. At the spot, as she says, she is stay in her job at the White's Building. Yet it is the Trump card White's Building, and things changing. As her forerunner, Sean Spicer, utilized to tell, remain tuned.